Good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to this session of Club Officer Training Program. I'm Indira Fernando, Assistant TLI Chair. If there's a will, there's a way. I know it's an old saying, but one that fits today's program perfectly. I'm truly delighted to see so many of you joining us online today. This session was specially organized for those who could not attend our earlier physical COTP sessions. And I want to say your enthusiasm to still be here, learning and preparing, says a lot about the kind of leaders you are going to be in this term. I also want to acknowledge that we may have some prospective officers with us today, members who are not in their roles as yet, but who are here because they are curious, because they are preparing themselves for the future. This is exactly how great leaders are made, by learning before you are asked to lead, not after. When we train well, we lead well. And when we lead well, our clubs thrive. Before proceeding with our program, I would like to remind all of you to rename yourself according to the instructions given in the chat. Every successful learning journey begins with a vision, and today's program is a reflection of that vision. It gives me great pleasure to welcome Program Quality Director DTM Piyakara Jayaratne, who has been the guiding light behind ensuring the quality and consistency of every training program conducted this term. By introducing this online session, you have ensured that members who could not attend in person are not left behind. This thoughtful initiative reflects your commitment to continuous learning, inclusivity, and delivery value to every Toastmaster. DTM Piyakara Jayaratne, the virtual flow is yours.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Indira, our Assistant TLI Chair. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Right. Good morning, my dear participants, members of District 82, and any other member joining from any other district. We warmly welcome each and every one of you to the online COTP or the last COTP that we have organized on behalf of all of you. District 82 will be doing this program today as an initiative to support those who did not attend the physical trainings and to take the EXCO roles into your hands and to leverage the training that you get from today onwards to maneuver your activities for the next 11 months. Yes, 11 months only. We would have completed 2 club meetings by now. Have you set aside all your plans? Have you already entire exco sit together and plan for the next 11 months? Or is it done already at the beginning of the year? If it is so, then it's great. But if not, this is the platform for you to learn and ask questions and clear your doubts. This is not just only for you to get a credit. This is something beyond that. The club will definitely have a credit and that it will be reflected in TMI, but it's not what we expect from this entire program. We want you to learn the art of running a club. You being a CEO or a CXO member of this particular club needs to ensure that you all will end the year with high profits, with high returns. What are your high returns and high profits? Your members needs to grow. Those who joined Toastmasters program during this year, spending $72, they need to see the value that you create for them for the next 11 months. It's totally in your hands. Only the EXCO members who are here will be able to support that initiative. My dear EXCO members, please put your heart and soul to this initiative and work towards the progression of your members and creating the perceived value that they intend to by joining the Toastmasters program. It has to be not another soft skill. It's had to be the soft skill that they need to develop at the end of this program. They need to learn the art of public speaking, learn the art of competing, learn the art of leadership, and then learn the art of managing entire club. And what do you gain at the end of the day? You will learn if you put your heart and soul and work towards the goals of the TMI as well as of the district. I wish each and every one of you who have joined today for the online training to sit through the programs not as just a point collector, but for the purpose of learning something and contributing back to our members. Thank you very much, TLI, Deputy TLI Chair Indira, for spearheading this, shouldering this on your own, and the entire team behind this program, the Zoom master and the coordinators, UOTP coordinators, all of them for organizing this event. And I wish you all the best for a wonderful training. Over to you, Indira.
Thank you very much for your inspiring words, DTM Piekara. Let's show our appreciation with a resounding virtual applause for DTM Piekara. Today's program is designed to first give you a basic understanding of Toastmasters before moving into a detailed look at your respective club officer roles. Let's start the training session. Now, it's my pleasure to invite DTM Viruli De Silva from Colombo Toastmasters Club and the coordinator for General Session 1 to introduce our first resource person. Over to you, DTM Viruli.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Indira, Deputy TLI Chair. Good morning, club leaders, and welcome to the online club officer training program. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. This beautiful quote by Albert Einstein captures exactly the spirit our trainer brings to every room he walks into. It is my pleasure to introduce Don Sankar, our trainer for General Session 1 today. He holds a BSc Honours degree in Data Science from Cardiff Metropolitan University, UK. Toastmaster Sankar is a banker by profession and currently works as a data analyst at Sampath Bank PLC. At work, he is passionate about data analytics, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. He loves turning raw data into meaningful insights to solve real problems. In Toastmaster 2, he has been just as impressive. Toastmaster Sankar is a passionate Toastmaster who lives and breathes leadership, communication, and growth of others. He is a dynamic past president of the Sampath Bank Toastmasters Club. Today, he serves as the area director for Area C3, continuing to support clubs and inspiring members to unlock their potential. Toastmaster Sankar believes great leaders are not born. They are trained, encouraged, and given the right platform to grow. And that's exactly what is here to help us do this morning. Let's give a warm, lively virtual welcome to Toastmaster Don Sankar, our trainer of General Session 1.
Thank you so much, DTM Viruli, for that wonderful introduction. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please wait, I will share my screen. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, Sankar, it is visible.
And I'm audible as well. So thank you so much.
You're audible.
So welcome everyone to the online club officer training program. So before we start, I want to quickly congratulate all the medley, president, select and distinguished clubs, areas and divisions. And also, I want to congratulate all the members completing paths level, paths, or for achieving the Distinguished Toastmaster Award. You worked tirelessly for these achievements and you need to be recognized. So thank you so much and wish you all the very best. So now we are at the general session part 1 of Club Office Training. So before we start, you can use the chat to answer a few questions. So my question is, why are you serving as a club officer? What is the reason behind that? What is your motive to become a club officer? You can use the chat to give your answers. What is the reason that you have become a club officer? See, yes, Tanuja has got to improve my leadership skills. Yes, thank you so much, Tanuja, for that. There has been some answers like that. So thank you for answering. Yes, to become a club officer, you can improve your leadership skills. We will discuss that in detail in the upcoming slides. So is this your first time leading a club? So another club, lead the club to a better future. Yes, great. Thank you so much for that wonderful insight. Yes, we can lead our club to a great future. We have that potential. All of us has that potential. So is this your first time becoming a club officer? If it's your first time, congratulations and welcome to this prestigious organization. The club is in your hands. And we all know that you're going to do a fantastic job. So in Toastmasters, we make a promise before joining Toastmasters. And the sixth principle in that promise is serving as a club officer when being selected to do so. So now you're fulfilling that promise. So we are so happy and grateful that you're here with us through this journey. You're going to have a great year ahead. You're going to get a lot of support and you will learn a lot. And you will serve the club as well, as the comments have said. So thank you for being here and let's move on. So our training program today is divided into 3 platforms, 3 sections. So number 1 is the general session part 1. So in the general session part 1 is where we are currently are. We are going to talk about different transferable skills you can get from being a club officer. And then second, we are going to discuss a little bit about the mission statements of our Toastmasters. And then a very important part, which is the Club Success Plan, also known as the CSP, and the Distinguished Club Program, also known as DCP, which is very important regarding the upcoming 11 months. As our program coordinator has said, we only have 11 months. So these are the plans that we have to put into effect. And then, of course, we are going to touch on the club quality. So that is going to be the general session part 1. And then after that, we will go into our individual breakout rooms where we train individually for your role, what your role in your club, which is vice president education, vice president membership. You will be trained by a panel of expert trainers. And then we come back all together once again for our third session, which is the general session part 2, which will focus on the leadership versus management, building effective teams, club administration, branding, and also club calendar. So these are the agenda items we have. So without any delay, let's move on to our first point in the general session, part 1. So club officer transferable skills. So these are the skills that you get from being a club officer that you can use in your other parts of your life. So in your personal life, in your job, if you have any other personal commitments, if you have any other clubs that you're attending. So these are the skills that you get. So once again, I invite my dear club officers to use the chat to give me some transferable skills that you get from being a club officer. Please, I want to hear your ideas. Please use the chat. What are the transferable skills that you get from being a club officer? Okay, so yes, communication, exactly. communication is something that you get from being a club officer. We are going to touch on that in the coming slide as well. And also effective communication, networking, really great. Thank you so much. So planning, yes, we are going to have a plan. We are going to talk about during the CSP slides as well. So yes, thank you so much for that. So now let's focus on each skill. So number one, as the club officers correctly mentioned, effective communication. Because in Toastmasters, we focus on listening because we have to listen to our club members. They are what it's all about. They are the foundation. They are the ones we are serving, our club members. So we have to listen to them and we have to discuss what are their requirements, what is their feedback, what are their potential, what are their ideas to improve the club. So we have to focus on the listening. And based on that, we have to go to our second part, which is collaborative leadership. Yes, through effective communication, we emphasize on listening, and based on the feedback, we get together with our executive committee, we collaborate with each other, and we have a great leadership program. So we lead the club as a collaborative team with getting everyone's input, getting everyone's feedback, and becoming and driving the club to a bright future. So thank you so much. And then we have the team building. We are going to build our team, the executive committee, the club members. So it's a team that we have, and we are going to build it through communication, through leadership, and through strategies. And then, like one of the club members mentioned during the comments, strategic planning. Yes, so we have to plan really carefully what we are going to achieve in the upcoming 11 months. What are the goals that we have? What are the plans we are putting into effect? And how we are going to follow up? Who is responsible? Yes, we are going to have a great strategic plan. And financial management. Because in Toastmasters, you have to focus on the membership renewals. We have the upcoming membership renewal cycle happening. So we have to focus on our budget. We have to focus on our renewals, the funds allocation, and everything. So, of course, we're going to learn a lot about financial management. Then, time management. Because in Toastmasters, most of the goals that we have, they have a specific deadline. So we have to pay very close attention to those deadlines, and we have to manage the time that we have accordingly. And then critical thinking, because in the upcoming 11 months, you will face challenges. You will have to go through a very rough sea, but you have to think about the problems, you have to analyze them, and you have to find a way to overcome them, because trust me, you will find a way to overcome them. With you collaborate with your team, which you get the input and the feedback of your club members, you will find that overcoming problems is not such a difficult thing. And then finally, with that, ultimately comes problem solving. You will overcome your challenges, you will convert them into lessons, and with that, you will solve the problems, get a lot of knowledge, and you will drive the club. So these are the club officer transferable skills that we have. So thank you so much for sharing your ideas during the chat. It was such a great to listen to your ideas about what you're getting the transferable skills from being a club officer. So let's move on. So the benefits of serving as a club officer to you and your club. So we talked about the transferable skills, right? So what are the benefits that you get from being a club officer to you and ultimately to your club? Can you use the chat once again to discuss some ideas? What are the benefits that you would think that you get by serving as a club officer in this prestigious organization to you and as well as your club? Because now we are going to talk one by one about those benefits. Teamwork, fantastic. Thank you so much. Yes, because we are working as a team. This is a team game, my dear club officers. We are working with a team. We are doing this for the club officers, and we have to work as a team. Yes, teamwork is a benefit for the club and for you. Thank you so much. So we'll now discuss one by one what are the benefits that you get. Okay, so let's move on. So number one is leadership development. Because in Toastmasters, the club officers are leaders. Yes, there are some other negotiating, really great, and networking. Thank you so much for those wonderful comments. So we're talking about leadership development. So in Toastmasters, by serving our members, by driving them into excellence, we develop our leadership skills, because this is all about the club members. We are going to train them, we are going to develop them, we are going to inspire them, motivate them, drive them, and through that, ultimately what happens, we are going to develop our leadership skills, because we are looking after our team, our club members, and we are driving them to become better speakers and better leaders. And after that is, like one of the comments correctly said, networking and idea exchange, because it's about teamwork. And in Toastmasters, we have a very positive and acceptable and a warm environment where everyone can freely, without doubt, without any fear, can share their ideas. So we can network together, we can share each other's ideas, we can listen to others' ideas, and they can listen to ours. We can get valuable inputs, valuable feedback, constructive criticism, and based on that, we can come to excellent insights how to develop the club. So it's about networking and idea exchange. The club members and the club officers come together and we share our insight, because you will find out that others have so much to offer. Other club officers in your club, they have so much insight. So it's always great to get their insights, get their feedback, and come to a better solution. And now, access to resources. Because in Toastmasters, the club officers, we have an abundance of resources. So number one is our Toastmasters International website. Because through the website, you have so many great resources. You have the Club Leadership Handbook, Club Central, Successful Club Series. All those resources are available. Then, of course, we have the District 82 website. There's so much information about upcoming events, upcoming conferences are always updated and always distributed. And every day, every week, so much other resources, new resources are added to this website. So my dear club websites, use these platforms and get the resources that you require, because these resources are always updated with the modern training platforms, with modern events that are happening, about the modern news around the world. So it is going to be so beneficial to everyone. So always keep updated with these resources. You can go to the websites, you can check on them, you can keep updated, and you can share them with your other club officers and your members as well. And then a very important part is goal achievement. It has been statistically proven that a club where all the 7 members have trained have a better chance of leading the Toastmasters program, because they are well trained, they are well educated regarding their goals, what are the plans that have to affect, what is the expected outcome, and then with the leadership, with the club members, and with the executive committee, they can achieve these goals. And with the club officer training program, the club or the club officers can align their personal development and the club goals by using the club success plan and the distinguished club program, CSP and the DSP for short. So if in a club, if all the members are trained, then they can have a better chance to communicate with the district, communicate with their directors. They know what needs to be done. They know which resources they have access to. They know how to reach out for support. And with that, they're going to lead and they're going to have a fantastic year ahead, because that's all about achieving the goals that we have. And now we're going to talk about something very important, which is the mission statement. So we are going to touch on 3 mission statements that we have in the Toastmasters International. So what is the first mission statement that we have? First is the Toastmasters International mission. I'd like to invite someone from the audience to unmute themselves and read out loudly so everyone can hear what is the mission statement of Toastmasters International. Please.
Shall we do it together?
Okay. So let's do that together. So the Toastmasters International mission is we empower individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you for announcing the Toastmasters International Mission. So in 1924, our founder, Ralph C. Smedley, incorporated Toastmasters International because he realized that we have a deep requirement for confident speakers, that we are lacking confident speakers, and he set out with a vision to develop speakers to become better and confident speakers and better communicators. And then we embraced the leadership aspects, and now our mission statement goes as to we empower individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders, because they are not born trained communicators or leaders. They have to be trained, they have to be guided. That's what this mission statement is all about. We are going to empower them, we are going to give the resources and the platform to become better, effective communicators and effective leaders. And after the Toastmasters International Mission, we are going to go for the district mission. So once again, let's read out all together. District mission. We build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. Thank you very much. So our district 82, the mission is building new clubs and supporting all clubs in achieving excellence. So our club growth director with his team is focused on chartering new clubs and improving the new clubs in our district, because they are chartering new clubs to grow the club strength of our district. And our program quality director with his team is focused on conducting training programs to the club officers, members, and overall supporting the club to conduct quality meetings. So that is our district mission. And we are all focused on that. We are all focused on different aspects of that mission statement. And finally, the club mission. So once again, let's read it together. We provide a supportive and a positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Wow. Thank you very much. So that is for our club mission statement. So we provide a supportive and a positive learning experience in our Toastmasters platform, where the members, they should not be afraid. They should not be in doubt. They know that this is a welcoming and positive environment where members are empowered. We empower them to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in ultimately greater self-confidence and personal growth. So that is our platform is here for, because we provide that environment and we empower our members. Doesn't matter if it's a new member or a long-time member, we empower everyone to become better speakers and better leaders. So this is the 3 mission statements that you have. As you can see, it's all about the members. It's all about the people that we are supporting, that the people that we are trying to grow in the club, for them to become better speakers and better leaders. So now let us talk about Toastmasters or the world of Toastmasters beyond your club. Because in Toastmasters, there's different layers that is outside your club. Because these layers are tasked with a specific purpose, and then ultimately it comes down to the club member. Because that's why we are starting with the base, that is the club member, which is the base of our Toastmasters. Because we, as our club mission stated, we empower our members to become better speakers and better leaders. So that empowerment that we do is for the club members. So where can they become empowered? Where is that platform, you may ask? So that is the club, the foundation, because the club is the foundation of our Toastmasters platform. Because here we help the club members to become better speakers. We give them the platform to compete, to develop their speaking ability, to give the icebreaker, to do table topics. All that is done in the club. And then is the area. So 4 to 6 clubs are grouped together to develop or to create an area. So your club belongs to one of the areas in District 82, and this area is led by an area director. So the area director is the direct link between the club and the district. So if you need any kind of support, the area directors are there to give you that required support. And then the divisions. So just like 4 to 6 clubs are grouped together to create an area, these areas are grouped together to create the divisions. So your club also belongs to one of the divisions, and the divisions are led by a division director. So the division director, along with the support of the area directors, help the clubs in his or her division to become better clubs, and also the division directors groom and mentor the area directors to provide quality and more effective support for the clubs in the area directors area. And then we are going to focus on the district. So we belong to District 82. So it's about collaborative leadership. So we have the District 82, we have the district director. Start from the top, and then we have the program quality director, we have the club growth director, we have the club relations manager, finance manager, the administration manager. Each and every one in the district is focused on a specific task, but ultimately it trickles down to the empowerment of the club member. All of them have taken these responsibilities to help the clubs and the club members. And then we have, after that, the regions. Because there are 14 regions in Toastmasters International, and each region has a region advisor. So these region advisors are supporting the district and the district directors in their respective regions. And then finally, we have the Toastmasters board and headquarters. So our headquarters of Toastmasters International is situated in Englewood, Colorado, where the executive committee has 14 international directors, each one for every region. And then there are 5 executive officers: the president-elect, the first vice president, the second vice president, and the immediate past international president. So they come together and they take strategic plans and initiatives to support the organization. And there's also an administration staff which is responsible for day-to-day operational activities. So this is the world of Toastmasters beyond your club. So you can see each layer has a specific task and a specific job to do. Finally, it comes to the club member. That is the base that we are starting from. So what are the support given to the district, given by the district to the club officers or the clubs in general? So number one is district website, the District 82 website, because there are so many resources. There's marketing, PR, newsletter, event notices, and emails to disseminate useful information. So there's so much news and it's been updated regularly. So there are also direct emails that are coming to the club leaders. So please, you have to share them with your club because they don't have a clear idea regarding what's happening in the district. So you are responsible for sharing that information. So please, if you get official email, official message from the district, from a district leader, it's your responsibility to share them with the club because they can be better informed and better driven. And then the club officer training, just like the one we are having right now, because the district sponsors these training programs for the club officers, and also regarding educational programs, recognition, which is very important, and events such as contests and conferences. So these are the way that the district gives support for the clubs. And then we have, like I said, the area directors. The area directors have to visit their clubs at least twice a year and conduct area council meetings to share ideas. So area director has to visit the club from July to November, and once again from January to May. And also they conduct area council meetings with the president and the vice president. So when an area director is on area director visit, you can get personalized help from the area director. You can give your suggestions, you can give what are the challenges that you are facing, and the area director with the district in his support can get all the support and get all the assistance that you require to overcome these challenges. And finally, we have the Toastmasters International Communication channels. Because here, I believe that you also have some WhatsApp groups that are the additional channels that the area directors, the division directors of the district has created to give more information to you by the area or the division. So this is a way to communicate with you clearly regarding the upcoming events or the programs that we are initiating in the district. So this is the support that is given to the clubs by the district. There's so much more than this, but these are the main points. So you have a lot of support, you have a lot of guidance, you have a lot of assistance. So you may ask, what is required from us? What is required from the club leaders in return? That, my dear club officers, we come to the club success plan, CSP, planning for club success. Because with all this support, with all this resources at your back, you are responsible for planning the CSP program, and the deadline is September 30. Please be very mindful regarding the deadline. And as one of the most famous management consultants has informed, plans are the blueprint for success. Plans are the blueprint for success, because without the blueprint, you can't develop the structure. The blueprint must be there. So you have to plan for the success of your club. So preparing a club success plan. So like I said, the club members are responsible for the CSP, and the deadline is September 30th. And this can be accessed from the club central. So it's available to the club leaders every day, all the time. It's available. So here what you should do in the club success plan, it's about converting your vision into a reality. That is what the CSP program does. So you have to get together with your club officers and you have to create a plan. You have to create goals. So you have to think about, where is the club today? And in the 11 months, where do we want to go? So you want to go to Smelty Distinguish, get all 10 DCP points. So how we are going to do that? What are the goals that we have? Who is responsible for them? What is the deadline? And with those questions in mind, you have to create the club success plan through the club central. So you have to set out SMART goals when it comes to CSP. What are SMART goals, you may ask? SMART is, S is for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. So like that, you have to set out SMART goals, who's responsible for them and who's going to lead them in the upcoming term. And a great way you can do is strategy you can use. You can create committees inside your club. You can create a committee for education. You can create a committee for public relations, for membership, for treasury, for budget planning, and you can get the support that you want. So plan early and then you can have a proper plan, because ultimately proper planning promotes proficient performance. If you take your time, if you plan it clearly, then you can get the expected or even more than you expected performance for the club. So regarding the CSP, it has all the components in order to drive a quality club. But there are three things that you should keep your focus on. Number one is you have to set specific goals, goals that are specific for the club success. And second, you have to find a way, or you have to develop a plan in order to achieve this goal. Develop a plan, a proper plan to achieve these goals. And then number three is you have to lay out a proper framework to carry out these plans in order to get the output that you require. So those are the three agenda that you have to focus on. Number one is set specific goals. Number two is lay out or develop a plan to achieve those goals. And number three is you have to lay out a direct and a grounded framework to carry out these plans to get the expected output. So here in CSP, you have all the tools which is given by the district, just like the DCP or the Distinguished Club Program. You know what needs to be done. So ask these questions. Where the club is now? Where do we want to go? We want to go to Smelty Distinguished to get 10 out of 10 DCP points. So this is what we are going to do. these are the plans, these are the strategies, and these are the ways that we are going to affect these strategies to get the outcome that we want. And you are responsible for this. You are responsible for this. So like I said, one of the best strategies is you can create a committee for, say, for educational goals. You can, along with the vice president education, develop a committee where you can invite active members to participate in that committee. So then you can distribute your work, and also you can train the next line of leaders in your club. You can train the next line of succession so they can be well informed, because the more people you have in the club success plan, the more successful the club is going to be, because everyone of the club is focused on this. They know the goals, they know the plan, and they are working as one team, one force to achieve the required success of the club. So that is what CSP is. For you to have a specific target, for you to get a layered ground framework where you have the targets and you have found a way, you have the strategy to achieve those targets. So when you're creating the club success plan, there are some questions you have to ask. Questions you have to ask from the club members and the club officers. What are these questions? So number one is, how many distinguished club programs goals did you achieve last year? How many DCP goals that you achieved during the last year? Number two, how many members do you currently have? What is the current member strength of your club? And number three is, how many new members have you gained this year? How many members are you growing inside your club? How many new members have you gained during this year? And then, how many members are pursuing pathways? This is very important because there are some members who have not engaged with any kind of pathways. You have to advise them and you have to direct them to a relevant pathway. So that is 4. And number 5 is, how many members participate in your club meetings? So imagine you have 25 members and only 15 are coming into meetings. So what about the other 10? Why are they not coming into meetings? What is the reason for that? So you have to focus on that. And then, are your club finances in order? As we discussed, we are into a membership renewal. So your budget, your finances are in order, that you can pay your membership fees. How the club finances, you can discuss with the treasurer, is there in a suitable and satisfactory level. So one of the best tools a club has to answer these questions, the greatest tools you have, is the moment of truth. MOT for short. Because conducting the MOT is to evaluate your club's strengths and areas for improvement. So the moment of truth, I believe most of the club leaders have already conducted a moment of truth, but if you have not, allow me to explain. So a moment of truth is like getting the health of your club in that moment. So you go to a hospital to get your blood checked, you get a cholesterol report or a sugar report. So just like that, this is a report to get the health of your club, the pulse of your club. Where are you now? Where is the club now? What are we doing great? What needs to be improved? What can we do better? So for that, there are 6 areas in the moment of truth. So the moment of truth is a 1-hour presentation where we give out the moment of truth guidelines or the documents and get the feedback. And with the feedback, we have a 1-hour session with the club members and the club officers where we discuss these 6 areas. We can discuss about what are we doing great, what needs to be improved, what actions do we have to take. So what are the 6 areas? The first 3 is the number 1 is the first impression. So were the members greeted? Were they greeted warmly? Was the meeting location easy to find? That is first impression. Membership orientation. So the new members, were they explained on the Toastmasters program? Were they paired with mentors? Do they know what needs to be done? Number 3 is fellowship, variety, and communication. So are the meetings engaging? Are they fun? Are they engaging to the members and the guests and the audience? Those are the first 3 areas. And then program planning and meeting organization. Are the meetings conducted well? Are they planned ahead? Are the meeting roles conducted in a high standard level? So that is about program planning and meeting organization. And then membership strength. Are the club actively following members? Are they actively pursuing new members? Are they promoting the club in the social media channels, in the organization? If it's a corporate club in the organization, or the community, if it's a community club, are they actively following up on the membership, improving the membership strength? And then achievement recognition. Very important, because our members are here to improve themselves, and if they have any kind of achievement, we must use all our energy to recognize those achievements. So these are the 6 points in the CSP, also in the Moment of Truth program. So these areas focus on practically the pulse or the health or the status of the club. With these 6 areas, you can get a very sound and a crystal clear idea regarding your club. What needs to be done, what needs to be improved, what actions do we have to take, because it's all about the members and the club officers' feedback. And now we are going to another very important part after the CSP and the MOT. So you know, in the CSP, it's about planning. It's having a strategic plan, setting out goals with your members. You have to do it by 30th of September. You have to start planning now. And then we have the MOT, where you can get the health, the pulse, status of the club. And with that, we come to the Distinguished Club Program, DCP. So what is the Distinguished Club Program? It's a major part of the club success plan. Then it consists of 10 goals with 3 eligibility criteria. There are 10 goals that we have to follow. There are 3 eligibility criteria for this. And then, of course, it tracks membership achievements, but most importantly, it measures the club quality. Because we are here to conduct quality club meetings, and this is a way to measure the club success and ultimately the club quality. So that is the DCP program is here for. So what are the eligibility criteria for the DCP? Like I said, there are 3 eligibility criteria. So the number 1, very important, club success plan must be submitted by 30th September. It's a compulsory event. All the club officers are responsible for. So that is number 1. If you don't have this, then you are not eligible for the DCP. So you must have at least 20 members or a net growth of 3 members. That is the second eligibility criteria. And 3 is that club is in a good standing with dues paid. So at least 8 members must pay their dues before the deadline for the club to be in good standing. So if you have these 3 eligibility criteria, if you can check them with a tick, then you are eligible. You can focus on what are the 10 goals in the DCP program. So what are the 10 goals? So it's been divided into different aspects based on the membership, focused on the membership, and based on their feedback and their growth and their potential. So number 1 is the pathways educational goals. So the first 3 at least must have 4 level 1 awards, 2 level 2 awards, and at least 2 more level 2 awards. So 4 level 1s and 4 level 2s, 4 from each. And then 2 level 3 awards, 2 level 3 awards, and then finally for the 5th and the 6th, at least 1 level 4-5 DTM award, and for the 6th, at least 1 more level 4-5 or DTM award. So if you take this, if you summarize this, it is 4 level 1 and 2, 2 level 3, and 2 level 4-5 or DTM. So those are the 6 points in the educational goals. So you have to plan out how you're going to achieve these goals. You have to set out a committee who's responsible, who are going to train, who is going to complete their levels, which members are going to complete these educational pathways. So based on that, you have to plan out for these goals. The second is the DCP membership, training and administrative goals. So you must at least add 4 new dual or reinstated members and 4 more new dual or reinstated members, and then send at least 4 club officers to training between June, August the one we are having currently now. And then we have another one in November, from November to February. And then the 10th is renew at least 8 members on time prior to 30th of September or prior to 31st of March and submit your club officers list on time. So these are the 10 points. So imagine if you have added 6 new members to your club. Will you be getting the 7th and the 8th point? What do you think, club officers? So you will get the 7th point because you added 4. But in order to get the 8th point, you need to add 2 more because you need 8 members in total. So if you have added 6 members, you need 2 more to get the 7th and the 8th point. So if you have 7 members, you need 1 more to get the 7th and the 8th point. So this is how the membership goals in DCP is carried out. So these are the 10 DCP membership, training, administrative, and educational, as we discussed in the previous slide, goals that the Toastmasters platform have. So these are the goals, these are the targets. So with the club success plan, with the MOT, you should focus on these 10 goals, and you have to strategize with your team members, and you have to lay out a sound, a clear plan how to achieve them. You have 11 months, 1 month has already been gone, goes very fast. Don't wait until the last moment. Plan out now with your club officers and have a sound and a really great strategic plan. Because the sooner you start, the sooner you are comfortable. Because when you are discussing with the club officers, you will realize that there are challenges that you have to focus on. And if you start early, you have a lot of time to tackle these challenges because you are now you are getting started with your club officer with your year, but already 1 month has gone. 1 month has already passed. So it's up to us to have a great plan in order to get the required output. So with these 10 DCP points comes the club recognition. So there are 4 levels. So number 1 is distinguish. To get that, you need to have 20 members or a net growth of 3. You must have at least 5 out of 10 goals. You must have, for the second one is select distinguish, 20 members or a net growth of 5. And you must have at least 7 goals acquired. And for the president's distinguish, you must have 20 members and you must have at least 9 of the goals achieved. And finally, the ultimate goal is the Smedley distinguish, which for requirement is 25 members and you must have all 10 out of 10 goals achieved. So let's say you have 30 members and you have achieved 9 goals. What is the recognition that you get? 30 members, 9 goals. Well, it is President's Distinguish. If you have a net growth of 3 members, if you started the year with 10 members, now you have 13 members and you have 5 goals achieved, what do you get then? Then you get the distinguished level. So these are how the levels of recognitions are distributed. So please pay close attention to this. And then a very important part is recognizing achievements. So us as club officers, district leaders, we are here to serve our members. And when they achieve something, it is our utmost responsibility to recognize them, to give them that attention that they require, to give them the motivation, that drive that they require to become a better speaker. It could be icebreaker, it could be a table topic, it could be being the Toastmaster of the day. But these are achievements, my dear club officers, that they are taking on the Toastmasters journey, and we have to recognize them. So these are the ways you can recognize your achievements of the club members. So if there are new members, you have to give out a certificate and you have to induct them. You have to show them that they're welcome to the club, that they are here and we are here to support you. And then ribbons and pins for pathways, levels, and path completion. Icebreaker, enthusiasm, best speaker, table topics, and evaluator awards. You can give them out during the meeting, after the meeting, and you can share them as the second point. The next point said in social media, corporate recognition for members and club members. So if you are in a corporate club, you can share this to the social media, to the corporate email network. If it's a community, you can share them through the LinkedIn, which is a very professional environment, so they can share, the members can share those achievements as well, so they can be seen by all the people in the LinkedIn, so they can have that motivation, they can have that satisfaction that they have achieved something, that they are going to achieve more in the future. And personal, professional recognition, and then annual achievement celebration. So these are the way you can recognize the achievements of our club members. And another important part is club enjoyment. Because like our founders said, we learn best in moments of enjoyment. So members come here for two things. They come here to have some enjoyment, but they also come here to learn. So when you combine that together, when you balance those together, you can have a very enjoyable and exciting and engaging club meeting. So what are the ways you can do that? Number one is themed club meetings. So we had the FIFA World Cup just conclude. So you can have a meeting regarding the sports, a sports meeting. So everyone will have different sports that they support. It could be cricket, football, tennis, and they could have favorite teams, favorite players, so they can discuss them then, and also they can improve their confidence, they can improve their speaking abilities. So enjoyable meeting where people are invited to engage. So a themed club meetings, social events, educational sessions, something you can do, and also sharing food and drink during or post meeting, because the members, after a tireful day, they come for the meeting. You can share some food and drink so they can be refreshed, they can be energized to engage with the meeting. And post-meeting gatherings, you can go to a different venue. You can celebrate your achievements. If one person has completed their icebreaker, you can celebrate that achievement in a different venue as a team, as a family, and then coffee chat pairings among members. So these are the ways you can improve the enjoyment of your club. So another important aspect is, what does club quality mean to members? So I'll give you a few seconds to think. What does this club quality mean to the members? So we discussed regarding from the club officers side. What about from the members side? What do they mean? What do they think when we talk about the club quality? So the number one is a well-run club serving its members, ultimately our members. Planned, enjoyable club meetings. If you plan a meeting before very clearly, you can have an enjoyable and educational meeting. Member support to achieve the goals. You can create committees to achieve the goals, just like public relations committee, educational committee. High quality feedback you get from the members and the club officers. Member skill improvement. So we are here to serve the members and they can improve their skills, leadership and speaking abilities. And finally, leadership opportunities, because these new members are going to be the next presidents in the future. They are going to be a president one day. So we joined Toastmasters when we were a newcomer, but now we are here in a very privileged position where we are serving our members. So they also, with the proper training, the proper guidance, come to that position. So that is what it means to have a quality club, and that's what it means to the members. These 6 points. So these are always here for the members, and this is why we need club quality, my dear district, my dear club officers, because they need to have that club quality in the club. And then, okay, another question, why be a quality club? What is the reason for that? Because in Toastmasters, we have 4 core values. What are the values in Toastmasters? There are 4. Number 1 is integrity, respect, service, and excellence. So these are our 4 core values. And remember our club statement that we empower members to become better speakers and better leaders. So whatever we do, whatever goals that we have, they should be aligned with the club mission and our core values in Toastmasters. Because ultimately, if you conduct a quality club with the 4 core values in heart and with the mission statement of the club in mind, what do we get? Quality clubs lead to higher levels of membership achievement, membership retention, and growth. Because that's what we want at the end. We want our members to have a high levels of achievement, retention, and growth, so we can be a quality club. So that is what a quality club means. So what are the ways we can measure the club quality? So it's the progress in the club success plan is one way. What are the other ways? Distinguish club program goals. Of the 10 goals, how many have you achieved? If the club officer goals, how many have completed the club officer goals? Achievement of membership goals, pathways, educational programs, icebreakers. So remember, what's get measured is what gets done. So you have now a measurable way to measure the quality of your club. You have a tape, you have a yardstick where you can measure what has been done. Because as Peter F. Drucker, a very famous management consultant, has said, what gets measured is what gets done. So plan early, my dear friends, because the club success plan's deadline is on the 30th of September. So don't wait until the last moment. I have seen this a lot. If we wait until the last moment from the start, we are going to have a very sound plan. In my area, 2 clubs have already completed their club success plan. They have already completed it. That's the commitment they have. So I really thank them for that. So now it's your opportunity. So don't wait until the last moment. Don't think that we have another 2 months, because as our program quality director correctly said, time goes really fast. You have already finished with 1 month. 1 month is over, it's finished. So we have 11 more months. So plan now, have a deadline. We are going to finish the CSP by the next week. We're going to finish the CSP by the 14th of September, by the 15th of September. By 15th of September, the CSP plan or the CSP of your club is in the club center. That's the goal. That's the first goal you have to set out. And with that, you get together with your team, to get together with your members, and you develop a sound and really efficient club success plan. So that is how you can plan. So plan today, have a meeting or even a virtual meeting with your executive committee, or if you're active members, you can have a date, physical meeting or a virtual meeting where we're going to discuss regarding the club success plan. You can get the printouts from the district center, or all the resources, like I said, are available in the Toastmasters International website, and you can discuss with them. You can fill the CSP right then. If you have any additional challenges, you have time. You have a week to tackle those challenges. You have time, so you don't have to panic. With a sound and achievable and a measurable plan within your fingertips, the next 11 months is easy. You will face the challenges, but you know what needs to be done. You know what goals we are going to achieve. You know the plan that we are going to take effect, and you know the framework where you're carrying out to affect those plans to get the goals completed. So plan very early. Now is a great time to start. So the club success cycle is another very interesting topic that we have. So why do guests join? Why do members stay? Which club officers are responsible for which parts of the club success cycle? So these are the points that we're going to talk about. So the vice president public relation is the first point. He or she is going to promote the club through social media and get guests coming to meetings. That is starting from there. And then the vice president membership converts these guests into members. And then the vice president education put these new members into educational pathways. They give them educational programs to follow. And the president ultimately check on these new members, and they recognize the true potential of these members, and they give more opportunities. And in the end, all members are responsible for the club success cycle. So this is a brief explanation. You will get a more sound and a more explain club success cycle when you go into an individual breakout rooms, where you will discuss in person with the trainers how your role can affect the club success cycle. So there are other members which are not mentioned here, like the treasurer who's handling the financials, or the secretary who's keeping documented documents of the events happening in the club. So everyone is responsible. Everyone has to pitch in. And you will discuss that more in the upcoming breakout room. So my dear club officers, thank you for attending the round 1, general session part 1. So we are now in an airport. And our flight is about to take off. Our responsibility is looking after the people in our airplane, because they need to go to that specific place. And in an airport, there are different people who are handling different parts. The pilots, the baggage, the food, the logistics, the administration, everything. So like that, now you are in that leadership role, my dear club officers. So where do you want to take your club? Which goal are you going to achieve? Where are you going to take this club? You are going to get 10 out of 10 DCP points, and we are going to be smartly distinguished. That is the goal you have. So to do that, what are your strategies? What are your plans? How are you going to look after the club? How are you going to look after the members? So that is now for you to plan and execute. You have so many resources, you had so many people to get the advice from. So start with the club success plan, the moment of truth, focus on the DCP points, focus on the next breakout training program. You can ask questions, you can get your role clearly explained, and then come back here for the general session part 2. So thank you so much for being here with me, attending this great general session part 1. I have total confidence in all of the club officers here. You have taken this time because you want to serve your club officers in a better way. You want to help them. So that's why you have become a club officer, just like we discussed at the start of the training program. Why did you become a club officer? In order to serve our members. So you are now there. Take the role and give everything you got. We have total confidence in you. This is your time to shine, my dear club officers. So thank you so much. And with my session concluded, I give the control back to DTM Viruli. Over to you, DTM Viruli.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sankar, for completing your session just on time. Club leaders, now the floor is open for questions. You have about 10 minutes. Please unmute and ask your question, or you can post it in the chat. Over to you. Toastmaster Sankar, until they get ready, I'd like
Yes.
to ask you two questions on behalf of them. You
Yes.
spoke about the MOT and the club
Yes.
success plan, which are
Yes.
very important for the club officers. Can you please tell us where to find the resources with regard to these or the websites?
Okay, so thank you so much for that question. So the club success plan, as I said, you can access that from the Club Central in the Toastmasters International website. So when you log in with your credential in the Club Central, you can access to the club success plan. So it is available readily throughout the day for you. So you can plan out with your team and you can have a great CSP. So it's right there. It's in the online platform in your Club Central. And the second is the MOT. Also, the moment of truth can be downloaded from the Toastmasters International website. There's a separate downloadable zip file you can download. You can extract it. It has all the instructions, the guidelines, the reports that you're going to hand over to your members in order to conduct the moment of truth. So that is the way you can get the MOT. Just go to Google and type Moment of Truth Toastmasters, and from our official website, you can get the zip file with all the required resources. So these resources are readily available for you. After this training is over, you can go directly to the Toastmasters website. You can check each and every one of these resources: the Club Leadership Handbook, the Successful Club Series, Club Central. Everything is right in your fingertips. So that is the answer for those two questions.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sankar, for that comprehensive answer. Leaders, this is your opportunity to ask any question. I'm happy. The session is very clear, so they don't have any questions, Sankar. Congratulations. but you have about 8 minutes more. This is the final chance to ask questions in your COTP1. Please take that opportunity. You can
You
type
can
in
ask
the
the
chat.
questions, yes. As DTM, you can type in the chat if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to get that clarified. If I don't know the answer, I will take that question. I will ask from my mentors, from my superiors, and get a clear answer to you.
And also, Toastmaster Sanka, you can share your email if
Yes.
necessary, if they have questions later, so that they
will
can
sh-
connect with you. Please give that in the chat.
I'll be sharing my mobile number as well. So you can just drop a WhatsApp message to me as well. So I have shared my email address and my contact number. So you can contact me through these channels. You can ask any question if I don't know the answer, because you're all learning here. I will ask from my superiors, from my mentors, from my teachers, and I'll get a proper answer to you, because we are here to support you, my dear club officers. We are all here with this platform to give you the support that you require.
Thank you very much, dear club leaders. We have 2 minutes. We can give you, if there are any questions.
Hi, Sankat. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
The main thing actually I noticed after joining with the Toastmasters Club is the encouragement. The members who join normally at the beginning, they are having a very enthusiastic. They are thinking, normally they are thinking now all okay. I join with the Toastmaster Club, and automatically I will be developed by the Toastmasters. The mission or kind of automatic procedure. Only thing we need to join the Toastmaster like that. But I saw many members join Toastmaster, but don't continue for a long time. So what are the common reasons, and how we can encourage them to stay active as a club member? This is the critical issue, because
Yes.
continuing the members and continuing their pathways is it is a critical path, I think, of this journey. So, in your experience, how we can overcome this, or do you have any past experience you supported to overcome these issues in any of the club in 82? Or can you explain what are the things we can, what are the countermeasures we can apply, or any precautions? Can you explain, please?
Yes. So what is your good name? And what club are you from? Lakmal.
I'm Lakmal from Gampa Professional Toastmaster Club.
Okay, so Lakmal, thank you so much for that wonderful question. We are so happy to have you here. So yes, that is a concern that all of us have, because some of the members, they start the Toastmaster journey, but in the middle of that, they either quit the Toastmasters program or they don't show that enthusiasm. So a great way to counter, or great way to tackle this is we have to show the value of Toastmasters to the members. So that comes to club office. What do you gain from being a Toastmaster? Because if they see the value of becoming a member, if they see the value of becoming part of the executive committee, doing an icebreaker, doing a table topic, if you can see, if they get that value, they will stay with the club. I have seen that, because at the start, they are very scared, they're very nervous, but after doing the icebreaker in front of a live audience, after getting that recognition, we give a standing ovation for the icebreaker speakers. So when they get that motivation, they will stay, because they see that this is a platform, a positive platform where I can improve. Because when you were in school, if you do a mistake, you are punished. But here, there is no anything like that. Here, if you make a mistake, we are here to support it. We are here to evaluate and give you the required guidance, so you can try it on the next meeting. If you do the icebreaker speech, if the new member thinks it can be improved, then of course, in the next pathway, or the doing the speech with a purpose, which is the level next level of the presentation mastery. So they can do that, and we will give them evaluator. We will coach them. Then they will improve. They can become better speaker, better leader. If they come to the executive committee, they can get the leadership improvement skills. So then they will know, okay, this is a place where there's so much value in me. I'm improving myself. I'm becoming confident speaker and confident leader, just like our club statement said. So then they will stay. And if you are a club officer, if you see a member who has been regularly attending meetings, who are not attending meetings because of some excuses, don't have the time, have some other work, so you can have an honest conversation with that person. What is the reason you are not coming to meetings? So what we can do? So then get the feedback, get the overall feedback, and you can discuss with your club officer. So this member who has been a regular attendance, he has already done his icebreaker speech, but now because of this reason, it could be financial, it could be personal, it could be work related. So now he cannot attend meetings and he has slowed his progress. So what we can do for this member? And then the club officer will say, yes, I got that same answer from this member. This member is also saying he cannot come to meetings because of this reason. So collaborate with your leadership and make them understand, the new members, the value of Toastmasters, because you get a lot of value from this if you follow with a proper plan. And if they see the value, if they see what they're getting from this platform, you don't get this positive and a warm welcoming platform anywhere. It's in Toastmasters. If they see that, they will be here. I have seen that members who are coming very nervous, but now they have been part of the Sampath Bank Executive Committee, and I'm more than proud. I'm really proud because now they are a leader. They are leading the club. They are training the other members as well. I seen one of the members who is now a vice president. He is grooming or he's training another person who is icebreaker. So that person was very nervous when he did his icebreaker, but now he's training another person to do the icebreaker. So the line of succession goes. And that new member, in another 2-4 years, they will train the next line of newcomers to do the icebreaker speech. So that is a way you can retain your club members, to show them the value, show them what you gain from this club, what is the potential. I have never got this platform. I can speak, but I never got this opportunity. Now I'm getting this opportunity, so I'm going to use it and I'm going to become better speaker. So that is just in a very short way to give an answer to your question regarding how can we keep the members stay, because there are so many excuses for that, but if we discuss with the executive committee, we can always come to a solution. So thank you for that question.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sankar, for that comprehensive answer. And thank you, Lakmal, for asking that question. There is one more question in the chat, that is, can the presentation be shared? I will definitely share this question with the organizers, TLI team. And in the matter of interest, Indira, can we have one more question? Or
Actually,
we are on time now, 9:50. Yeah. So we will now conclude this session, the matter of interest. On behalf of District 82 PQD team, as coordinator, I extend my heartfelt appreciation to you, Toastmaster Don Shankar, for sharing your valuable expertise and insights with us today. Why are you serving as a club officer? That's the very first question you ask our club leaders today. Your inspiring, insightful General Session 1 has given our leaders fresh perspectives on that, practical knowledge and enthusiasm to lead their clubs successfully this new Toastmaster year. It has been truly enriching and has set the right tone for our club officers to begin their learning journey with confidence, enthusiasm, and renewed commitment. Toastmaster Don Shankar, thank you very much once again, being a catalyst in developing strong leaders in District 82. To all our club leaders present today, many thanks for your commitment to learning and passion for serving your clubs. I wish everyone a successful, rewarding COTP journey ahead. Over to you, Toastmaster Indira, Deputy TLI Chair.
Thank you, DTM Miruli. Let's give a big rounding applause to both our trainer and the coordinator, a virtual one, recognizing Toastmaster Sankar for the insightful session and DTM Miruli for her role in making this session possible. Thank you so much. So before we are moving forward, please take a moment to mark your attendance using the link being shared now by the Zoom Masters. Zoom Masters, please support us. Now it's time for a quick breather. Grab your coffee, stretch it out, and be back sharp by 10 a.m. because the best is yet to come. Stay tuned till the end.
Hello.
Hello, yes.
Shall we mark the attendance now?
Yes.
Yes, I'm having a
Ghana?
small technical issue. Give me one quick second.
Right, okay. Anyway, we'll be keeping it for a while, don't worry. Till the session is over, we'll be keeping it.
Yeah, I can't see the link.
Yes, still not there.
Let me
They
share.
have
Let me
some.
share. Hold on.
Okay.
Small technical issue. I'll be sharing the screen. Give me one sec.
If we write down our name in the chat box, is it okay?
No, I'll be sharing the screen. Don't worry. Please fill the attendance form.
It's
Also, a
okay.
small request. I hope all of you can rename yourself with whichever the breakout room you're entering. For example, you are joining for the VP8, then name underscore your VP8. So with the attendance, the Zoom attendance will also be counted. So it'll be easier. I hope you all can see my screen now.
Yes, QR can be visible. Can you please send the link also on chat,
Yes, sure,
Ghana?
of course. Of course.
So we'll be keeping this for a while and you can mark it because we can't accommodate any messages. It will be all of you will be tracked on a system. Thank you. Let's join at sharp 10.
Yes, in the meantime, please rename yourselves as your particular session you are joining. So we will be able to track you from the Zoom as well. Thank you again.
Thank you, Ghana.
Of course. It's shared in the chat as well. I hope everyone can access it.
Yes, we can see it.
Great. I'll be opening the breakout rooms. So after the break, you'll be in the same breakout room. The way to rename your service, go to the participants list, click more in your name, and just add the underscore of your particular club officer role. I'll be opening the breakout room, so when you're back from the break, you can join. The trainers and the Zoom masters, I'll add you to your own rooms. If you have any questions, please do let me know. Thank you. Hi all, please join your breakout room sessions. Toastmaster Indra,
I don't see it, nahi.
there should be a break. May I know your name, please?
Ghana, this is so I don't see the breakout room option.
No, not yet.
Okay,
We
Aka,
have started.
may I
Yes.
know your name?
All right. I see we are all back and recharged. Let's pick up where we left off. Now, you can see the attendance link here, and there will be another 2 more links we'll be sharing during the course of the session. Please pay attention and mark your attendance and the respective with the respective QR codes. And another small request I want you to make is you have to rename yourself according to the instructions being given according to the chat. All right. Now we move into the most hands-on part of today's program, our breakout sessions. In a moment, you will be moved into a separate breakout rooms based on your respective roles. That is President, Secretary, Treasurer, VP Education, VP Membership, VP PR, and Sergeant at Arms. Please select your respective room that matches the role you currently hold or the role you most interested in learning out. For the next hour, our trainers will take you through their presentations. After that, you will have 10 minutes to clear any doubts you may have. Once that's done, please join us back in the main room. In supporting us, we have a dedicated group of COTP coordinators assigned to each room to guide you. Let us recognize these coordinators. Toastmaster Srikaran Navasivayam from PIM Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Asiri Ekanayaka from IIT Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Shuhail Ikram from Matale Toastmasters Club but joining from Maldives, Toastmaster Nipun Jason from Minuangoda Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Tamali Galgamage from Kadwara Toastmasters Club, a dual member, Millennium Toastmasters Club and NHCO Toastmaster Erandi Veerasurya. Toastmaster Sahirin Hameen from Aitken Spence Toastmasters Club. Let us recognize all these coordinators with a big round of virtual applause, valuing their hard efforts. Dear Toastmasters, I'd encourage every one of you to make the most of this time. Ask questions, share your concerns, learn from each other. This is your space to walk away genuinely prepared and confident. We'll now begin moving you into breakout rooms. See you back here in 1 hour. Over to you, Zoom Masters. Ghana. Toastmaster Ghana.
Yes, I think members are joining. If you're having
Right.
any issues in regards of joining your relevant breakout rooms, do let me know. I'll be able to assign you from my end as well.
Hi, Ghana.
Yes, hi.
Shamala here. Appreciate if you can
Yes,
transfer
Shamala.
me to VP Ed's room.
VPL, sure, will do.
Thank you.
Of course.
Toastmaster Ghana, this is Zaharine. Could you transfer me to the Sergeant at Arms room, please?
Sure, sure.
I'm Tamali. Transfer me to VPPR's breakout session. Thank you.
All right.
Hi,
If
Asangi here.
possible, in itself, yes, Asanki, I'll translate. In your screen
Treasurer.
itself, I hope the breakout rooms are visible, right? You can just click the room that you want to go and go. Because I think if I start assigning everyone, it's gonna take a bit more long time for you all to go.
Ghana,
But
we can't
I'm
see
assigning
any-
people in the group right now.
Ghana, we can see only the QR on the screen.
Is it so?
Yes.
Give me 1 second. If I stop sharing, it'll be easier.
Yeah.
There should be a notification saying breakout rooms. Mostly, I think around 80 people already joined. Okay, I'll be
Yeah.
assigning the people in this main room. Don't worry. You won't be starting until you all are there.
Yes, yes.
Ghana, I'm still in the main hall.
Yes, give me 1 second.
All right, sure. Thanks.
Yeah, click
Indra, I'll
more
ask the
and
trainers
then
to start around
click,
at 10:15 if that's all right.
Sorry?
click more and then there is join breakout room. Click on that. First click more, next click join breakout room, and then you can pick your respective breakout room. First click more, next join breakout room. That's it.
Yeah, because as there's like 30 odd, I'm assigning one by one. So that's why it's take a bit long. If you can join by yourself, it will be easier. Not to worry, don't worry. Trainers, I informed the trainers not to start until all of you join. Everyone in this call who haven't renamed yourself with the club officer role, I won't be able to assign you. If you can let me know, I'll be able to assign you.
Hi, this is Safa. Can you please transfer me to membership, VP membership?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. Of course. Anuja, Anujana, Dambika, Sai, it's all right. Anuj, Dinumi, Nuwan, President. Let me assign it to President.
Ghana Sauri Ratnayaka should be assigned. Actually, she will come at last, so if she wish to, she can. Otherwise, she can.
Cyrus in the
Ghana, can you please give a final reminder in saying that we are late, otherwise we are running short of time.
Yes. I am checking on that. They do.
Thank you.
All sessions are over. We'll be closing the room now.
Okay. But still, they are not in the participants, right? They have not joined.
I am adding them back to the room. I am
Right.
adding back to the room.
Okay.
Just
Thank
completed.
you. Sure.
You can start with the introduction, Toastmaster.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Right. So welcome back, everyone. I hope the breakout sessions were so interesting, and that's why we took some more time as well, and were insightful. Gave you exactly what you wanted and what you came here for. So let's recognize with a rounding applause, the virtual round of applause, all the trainers and the coordinators. Thank you so much for all your efforts. Right. Now, as I told you, there will be a couple of attendance links that we'll be sharing. So the next attendance is based on the role that you participated. That will be displayed on your chat by the PR team. Can you please mark your attendance till the others join with us? The members who came from, got late to participate, please, there'll be a link to mark your attendance based on the role that you attended. Please mark that. Right. Till you do that, next we have lined up for you today is General Session 2. And to take us through this next part of the program, I'd like to invite our coordinator for this session, Toastmaster Sauri Ratnayaka from Sampath Bank Toastmasters Club. Let's give her a virtual applause in welcoming Toastmaster Sauri. Toastmaster Sauri, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Assistant TLI Chair Indira Fernando, for that wonderful introduction. And good morning once again, everyone. Hope I'm audible to you. So I hope you're all still with us and feeling energized. You just completed your breakout sessions where you explored your individual executive committee roles. By now, each one of you has a clearer understanding of what your role is. So, my dear Toastmasters, as we move into our final general session, we are joined by a leader who has inspired many Toastmasters through both his professional expertise and his outstanding leadership journey. Our trainer has been a Toastmaster for over 8 years and currently serves as a lead for environmental and supply chain sustainability at the UN Global Compact Network Sri Lanka. He holds a master's in environmental science from the University of Peradeniya. Within Toastmasters, he has served as Division C Immediate Past Division Director, earning the Select Distinguished Division Director title, and previously as a Distinguished Area Director for Area C3. As a speaker, he was the first runner-up at the Division C International Speech Contest, and as an MC, he hosted Ovation 2022, District 82's annual conference. I'm sure we are in for an insightful and engaging session. So wherever you are joining us from, let's make our appreciation visible. Put your hands together, turn on those reaction emojis, flood chat with a warm welcome, and join me in welcoming Toastmasters Trishan Galapati to lead General Session 2. Over to you, Toastmaster Trishan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sauri Ratnayaka. Empowering voices, enriching lives. That is the theme for District 82 for 2026-2027. And Toastmasters, my preferred choice of empowerment, if you can see it, is coffee. And you can choose what you empower yourself with. And I am here today to empower all of you club officers to perform your role to the best of your ability, to inspire and to help other club members as well as your exco together collectively to be that true Toastmaster, the true leader, the true public speaker that all of you envision to be. And today's agenda in terms of the breakout session 2 would be looking at leadership versus management, effective teams and how we build it, club administration, branding, and of course, we will be moving into a club calendar. And finally, I will be, if time permits, introducing something we call the wall of best practice so that we can collectively contribute what we have learned during this session so far. So in terms of leadership and team development, we have all identified leaders that are may be truly inspirational, who bring about change in an organization, whether it be your corporate or whether it be your university or wherever you are placed at the moment. You understand the caliber, the momentum, the energy that they bring into their team, how they problem solve and how they move forward. So when I was the president back in 2020, 2021, I saw my team as the EXCO as a band with high energy. All of y'all might have gone and attended a concert and recall the moment and the energy, the atmosphere that band created for the entire audience. My dear agents of empowerment, you have to do the same within your EXCO, within your clubs, because the moment you bring in negative energy, the moment you bring in low energy to your EXCO group or to the club itself, and you do not maintain your club culture, that's where things might start declining. So as the new EXCO of your respective club, it is your duty to take that baton and to bring it up to the next level. And throughout the breakout rooms, you have identified your roles from club president to sergeant at arms. And very quickly, without taking too much time, envision these roles as part of an organization. Maybe envision it as part of the C-suite. Or if you're part of a university and you're a student, envision how your faculty runs, how the university runs. And let's go through this very, very quickly. So if we take the club president, the president is like a CEO of the club. They plan everything at a higher strategic level and help implementation. The vice president education, while they help planning in terms of the educational roles, they also look into the roles of really delegating and empowering people to make their speeches as they move on. The vice president membership is like the chief CHRO, the chief head of resources, human resources, how they manage people, how they get the membership to work as a collectively and also retain and grow the members. The vice president public relations is marketing, how you market your club within your own space of a community or corporate and beyond. Secretary is the record keeper, treasurer is like a finance bro, if we may say, recording all the finances. And finally, the sergeant at arms is in terms of logistics, ensuring everything is organized from A to Z. So when it comes to leadership versus management, you would have identified, or you yourself would have thought, I do not want to work with this leader. I don't want to become like this leader. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, you are a leader within your club. So whether it be the sergeant at arms or the president, you are holding a leadership role in the club. And recall those instances where you saw room for improvement in those said leaders where you did not want to become like them. Now is the chance to start building upon yourself and using the techniques that you have learned so far in Toastmasters to truly build on how you deliver as a leader. So in my own opinion, I consider Toastmasters a sandbox, a practice pitch where we can make mistakes fearlessly and we build ourselves, because this is a place, a platform where leaders are made. Nobody shames you for the mistakes you make. Rather, if you grow from your mistakes, that is what we expect as all leaders. So use this opportunity not to be the person who doles out instruction, who delegates without being a contributor. Rather, move towards a leader, where Toastmasters defines leadership is inspiring a team towards a common vision, while management is actually managing or allocating, coordinating, administrating tasks, resources to achieve a particular goal. So now when it comes to team building, all of you have gone through your breakout sessions. You have understood your role to a certain extent. You can refer to the club leadership handbook and understand your role to a greater detail. But now I would like to take the opportunity for everyone to be a little bit more active during this session. I know I've been in online sessions. I've seen people do various things. I have done them myself. Either you might be scrolling through social media right now. You might be playing a mobile game. You might be texting a friend about the session. You might be doing some housework, maybe doing your laundry while listening to this, or maybe preparing lunch as well. But I want all of you to focus right now and reverse brainstorm with me. So I want you to type into the chat of what makes a team ineffective, not effective, ineffective. Things that can be an obstacle or a stumbling block within the team. Can I have a few answers on the chat, please? I will give everyone 1 minute. I want you to think of the opposite. It's easy. Okay, we have an answer: no communication, lack of communication. Okay, multiple lacks of communication, losing trust, lack of coordination. All very good answers. So what they mean by lack of communication or no communication is you don't communicate in the right tone. You don't give the right instruction. So then that miscommunication leads to ineffectiveness, inefficiency of the team. Busy lifestyle, maybe yes and no, because most of the Toastmasters here learn to balance. So as an exco, you're not expected to make Toastmasters the utmost priority in your life. What you have to do is balance your profession, your family life, Toastmasters, various other things that you have in your life together and coordinate how you achieve your respective targets in those instances and aspects of your life. So thank you everyone for the answers, and let's move forward. So when it comes to a team, it is very, very important to set your goals. Now, this is August, 1 month has already passed. You would have set a majority of your goals, and you must be finishing up your goal setting if you have not already done so. In terms of role clarity, you would have had a great extent of role clarity within your respective role. If not, take a week or two, clarify all of those doubts, either by referring to the resources of Toastmasters International, like the Club Leadership Handbook. You can speak to your president, you can speak to the immediate past president or senior leaders within the club, senior leaders within the division or district as well. Then we come into something which we call problem solving. Now, the first message that I am going to give all Toastmasters within this room is be both the leader and the team player. Why I say that? Each of the 7 executive committee roles, you are a leader in that role. So if you are the VP membership, you are primarily in charge of looking into membership retention, membership growth. If you are the secretary, you are the primary person that is responsible for record keeping within the club. So while you lead that particular vertical, you also have to collaborate together as a team to achieve the common purpose. The moment the team doesn't work together, then a few team members will have to put in additional work. It will be additional stress on those members to reach those goals. So the key to balance here is teamwork. If we identify our role, if we have set our goals, and if we know how to solve the problems collectively, then our journey as Toastmasters and leaders of your club will be very enjoyable. So let's ensure that we create that atmosphere within the club. And may I have a few answers, or if you can unmute as well. How many of you love challenges? I won't call it a problem. I would say love challenges. Can I hear, and I don't know, maybe you can unmute or drop on the chat. I like to see a few people who actually loves challenges. Okay, we have 1 or 2 people. All right. A very few people, I would say, compared to the audience. Right, thank you for your responses. The reason I say that we have to love challenges is challenges are inevitable in your journey. And I identify myself as a leader in crisis. Let me elaborate very, very quickly on that. So I was the president in 2020, 2021. COVID, right in the middle of COVID. I'm a part of Lyceum Toastmasters Club Nugegoda. It's a community club, but nevertheless, I, as a club president, we always have our meetings in school. So we lost the venue. Big problems in terms of convening meetings. Yes, we had it virtually, but then ultimately we looked at having meetings in members' residences. That's how we problem solved and brought the solution to the table. I was an area director in 2022, 2023, and all of us know that was the economic crisis of Sri Lanka. So problem again. And finally, I was the division director 2025, 2026 of Division C. We all know we had Ditwa. We also had the issue of the Strait of Hormuz and currency fluctuations, whatnot. So in my opinion, in your journey as empowerers, you will face challenges, but collectively come together to solve them. This is where interpersonal relations and interpersonal communication come into play. So if you don't communicate with your team, if you don't understand your team well, if you don't bond and gel with your team, and they are in the mindset of openly communicating with you, if they have that trust, if they know that you will support them, that is when your club succeeds. And how you communicate and how you address conflicts. I've seen certain clubs bring out conflicts in the middle of membership. Like while their members are in the meetings, they have a conflict out in the open. So those practices should not be done. We always be mindful that we are part of an inverted pyramid where the member comes first. So we all serve a member and the members of the club. And remember, none of us are paid to do our role. All of us are volunteering here. So how we inspire, how we communicate has to be a mindful communication. How the tone of what you use, how you criticize them constructively. You know, you have been an evaluator in your club meetings. Apply the same to leadership. Constructively evaluate, constructively criticize people one-on-one, and then help them to grow. So things like that need to work in clubs and also have official lines of communication as well. So your official line of communication can be email. If you want quick responses, you can go through WhatsApp. But if there is something very, very important, miscommunication can easily happen on a WhatsApp chat. I've seen sometimes one member says, EXCO member says, puts out an idea that might seem offensive to another EXCO member, and there's a full-blown fight in the EXCO group. So don't let that happen. Always, if there is an issue, find the most effective means of communication and be a democratic leader that knows how to problem solve. So that is efficiency within the club. So now when it comes to team development, there is this American educational psychologist called Bruce W. Tuckman, and he developed what we call the stages of group development. So initially, we have the stage of forming. This is where the EXCO is of high energy. They are very excited to get their role, irrespective of maybe the VP education or the treasurer or VP PR. They are very excited, full of energy, and they are in the forming stage of this team development. Now, what happens after that? You set your goals, you've identified and ironed out everything, and bang, you are faced with reality. You know that to achieve certain goals, you have to overcome certain challenges. And then you realize, okay, it's not easy as we thought it would be. And especially, I expect each and every club that is here to elevate your club from where it is to the next level. Don't be the group of leaders that maintains that continuum or has that stagnation of the club. Always see what you can do in 1 or 2 steps maybe. I know there are challenging clubs that have a lot of challenges that they need to face, but no challenge is too difficult. We are Toastmasters living in a platform that has a lot of encouragement. I mean, we have speakers that come to the front of a stage For a table topic, say nothing and the audience applause. Apply that to leadership, please. Try to do something that creates a change, that creates growth in your club. Be kind to yourself as well when you identify those solutions, because nobody is expecting a perfect speaker, a perfect leader. This is a platform where leaders are made. So try to make mistakes and grow at the same time. So when you face this reality, you have to build that coordination, that brainstorming. Sometimes as the president, you might see one or two avenues in terms of the solution. But when you hear out the entire EXCO's ideas and opinions, you might find a better solution coming from your team. So learn to incorporate that in terms of that. My dear empowerers, this is where you normalize the challenge, and then you start integrating that into your strategy, and collectively you start performing as a group to achieve your Toastmasters goals. Even if you're aiming for District 82 awards, have it out separately and plan and perform together. And this is where we as Toastmasters move forward. And Toastmasters, we are not here to stay forever. As leaders, fortunately or unfortunately, you get only 1 year, and of that 1 year, 1 month is already gone. So time moves very fast, like a few previous speakers mentioned. You have to build a line of succession to ensure consistency of performance of your club. Always ensure that the members of the club are involved in taking the club forward. This is where they feel that accountability and they feel that sense of importance placed on them, and they contribute to the growth of the club. So this is not a task only for the president to reach the goals, to be a club that really impacts people's lives. No, it's not part of the EXCO alone as well. You have to get every single member involved, build them up, and help them also get into these EXCO roles in the future. Now, when it comes to club administration, it is a tedious task sometimes. It is meticulous in certain clubs. It is not in certain clubs. But what I want to really emphasize here is try to stop reinventing the wheel over and over again. What I mean by that is you may or may not have a centralized resource of your club in terms of maybe a Google Drive where you have all your contest scripts, the certificate formats, maybe files of the past members, resources that the members can use. Don't reinvent the process. Maybe simple things that we can do: create a club email which has a Google Drive, centralize all of that information, give access only to people that you wish to, maybe especially the president, the secretary, maybe VP, or even certain folders, the entire EXCO. And if you want to give access to certain folders for your membership, do that. But don't let the next EXCO have to start everything from scratch. Give them something that they can take. Give them that gift as the outgoing EXCO to the incoming EXCO, because that will make life a lot easier. And that is what leadership is most of the time. So our greatest resource in terms of getting information is Club Central. Now, Club Central, you have to go into your Toastmasters website, log in using your credentials, and under your name, you will have your page. You can go to My Home, and from there, you can scroll to Leadership Central and go to Club Central. You will have a plethora of resources, including the membership list. You can look at who has paid, who has not paid. The secretary can keep tabs of this, treasurer can keep tabs of it, PP membership also can keep tabs of it. You can look at status of your DCP goals as mentioned before, and so many other things can be done. So this is your primary resource as a club officer. Also use the Toastmasters International website as a whole. There are so many documents, there are so many videos. If you're a little bit lazy to read, maybe there are so many videos that you can consume as a club officer, and whatever you can leverage, please do leverage for your growth. So when it comes to Club Central, you have already assigned your roles, but there are certain times within the club where certain members might migrate. either from the country. If you're part of a corporate club, they might migrate from the corporate to another corporate. So you will have to update your club officer roles as these migrations happen. So please ensure that everything is up to date, especially when it comes to certain clubs, or if you're chartering a new club, you will have to set the term dates. What it means is generally clubs in Sri Lanka span for a year, but there are certain clubs around the world that meet every single week. So their term is 6 months and not 1 year. So you have to set those dates accordingly. So don't concern yourself too much with this. Print the club officer list, keep that in mind, have all the details. Sometimes in certain excos, they don't know the email addresses of the club officers, they don't know the contact numbers, especially some of the virtual clubs. It's very important to maintain this list. And of course, we know different clubs have different demographics. Certain clubs are well off, if I may say. They have a membership of 30 and above. They're doing very well in terms of their educational goals, but certain clubs are below charter strength. So charter strength is 20 members. So they are, in terms of their membership, below charter strength. There are special restrictions within Toastmasters. So they suggest that the president, secretary, and one VP position should be held by one club officer only. What they mean by this is, imagine you're part of a club that has 8 members. Now, this is ground level reality in District 82. There are certain clubs that are actually having these numbers. So ensure, especially within these clubs, that the president, secretary, and in my opinion, VP education is having only one role. Don't be the president that plays the VP education role, that plays another role as well. It's going to be very taxing on you. And it might affect your professional life, it might affect your mental well-being. So ensure that you manage things properly by having specific roles for specific officers. So don't tend to do everything at once, even if your club membership base is at 8. In terms of educational awards, now the second point that I want to bring out here is, while you are looking at your strategy, at your style of leadership, you have to be very quick in terms of what you want to achieve. You will have a time period to plan, but you will also have a time that you need to implement fast. So this month, the first 2 weeks, take it, finish all your planning, but move towards implementation. So implementation would be entering the awards, achieving the DCP goals, and ensuring that your membership base is content with the Toastmasters program and your leadership style as well. So very, very quickly, we have gone through so many ways of appreciating members. We have maybe created flyers, we have maybe put in messages on the WhatsApp group, but I'm going to look into something a little bit different here. What I mean by that is the personal touch that you bring into the membership. If you see a member performing very well, speak to that person after the meeting. If they did a fantastic speech, don't just go and say you did a fantastic speech. That might not work. So in my personal opinion, we identify a genuine compliment from one that is not, right? So speak about something that is really actually within the content or delivery of that person's speech. If the person spoke about something very difficult during their life, congratulate the person for being strong enough to share that difficult story in an audience. Go into the minor details of a person's achievement. If they performed very well in terms of a leadership role, don't just go and say you did a great role. What did they do great? How did they stand out from another person that played this role? Bring in that personal touch. So when you have friendships and professional circles, and if your friend gives you a compliment that is not a general compliment, but a very specific compliment, you tend to remember that a bit more. So try to bring in that personal touch in terms of achievements and celebrating members who have conquered those milestones. So please try to do that as well. I know this is not the most ideal way of conducting a session because it is online, but can we also see a few hands of how many of you have actually gone through this document? Or maybe on the chat, yes, no? If you have not, please go through this document because this is a very important document. It is the club constitution. It serves several purposes, from defining the club mission, the purpose of a club, to the membership fees. This is an official document that carries all of those information. Now, there might be an updated document that comes because with the change of the membership fee, this document will have to be updated as well. So if you want to present an official document to anybody apart from the Toastmasters website, this serves as the official document. It also gives the procedures of meetings and voting. Now, when it comes to certain conflict resolution or differences in opinion, how do you democratically solve that? It is through a vote sometimes. You have to go with the majority of the club's decision, or maybe the majority of an exco's decision. So put that to vote. You have to know what a quorum is. So 50% of the club's membership plus 1 would be the quorum. So for instance, if you have a club with a membership base of 20, half of that, or 50%, is 10 members, 10 plus 1. So you need 11 members to vote on a particular aspect. Say you want to change the meeting time of the club meeting, and most members don't agree to that. So then you can't change it. If 11 members say, right, no, we are sticking with the same time, that's a democratic decision of the club. So when there is conflicts, there are professional ways of resolving them, and one of them is voting. Club officers' responsibilities are very, very briefly identified and outlined in this document, so that is also of use to club officers. Now, you're part of a committee, which is the executive committee, but there can be subcommittees as well within a club to ensure that continuous support system is there. So VPPR can have a few members in the subcommittee that is helping them, VP Education, VP Membership. So that is up to the discussion of the club leadership to form such committees. And of course, district and international voting rights are also outlined in this session. So moving on, Club Central Financial Management Treasurer is the man or the woman on ball with this, but nevertheless, there are certain things that the club needs to understand when it comes to financial management. You have to always strive to look for avenues to bring in money to the club, whether it be through your installation, through sponsorships, maybe through certain events that you have in your club, and also be very mindful on how you spend those earnings within your club. So there are clubs that sometimes hold several speechcrafts in the year, but they don't channel the funds in the most important direction. What I mean by that, my personal opinion is, while you look at avenues of getting in funds to your club, also be very mindful of how you spend it. In my personal opinion, I would say majority of the funds should be allocated to both membership retention and membership growth. Whatever initiatives that you take to retain your members and to grow your members, allocate the finances accordingly. So maybe you might channel in a little bit of funding to an open house within your club. You might not want to have one open house. You might need to have several open houses, because we know ground level reality. One open house, let's say you have collected maybe 50,000 rupees, just an example. Don't channel all the 50,000 into a single open house. That will not work. You will need several open houses to ensure that during your renewal cycles, if you want to achieve the Smedley Award, to the Talk Up Toastmasters, to the Beat the Clock, to ensure that your membership base is growing, channel your finances accordingly. So please look into that. When it comes to regulations, this is actually a Toastmasters International Standard slide deck. Fortunately for Sri Lanka, we don't have a lot of local regulations, and we are governed by our Toastmasters core values to ensure that we bring in our true trustworthiness, that is through integrity. We respect different cultures, different backgrounds, and we serve our members to achieve excellence. So when it comes to branding and club partnership, a brand is a very, very important component in all of our lives. So we have several brands here. So we have Coca-Cola, we have Samsung, we have Vogue. Can I have a few answers, not from the VPPRs, but from the others on what a brand is? I need some answers typed in on the chat. Okay, we have an answer. A unique recognition. Very good. If you wish to unmute as well, please do so. Identification of a product. Unique creation. Yes, good answers. Okay, right. So I will take those answers and I will refine it a bit more. So it is the unique positioning, in my opinion, of a product or service, because as Toastmasters, we actually provide a service because we are creating a platform of experiential learning. Here we are not here to come to listen to a lecture and take notes and identify. We learn and grow through experience. So who are we as Toastmasters? How do we, every single member of the Exco and the club, become the brand ambassador? By that, I mean not talking about the word Toastmasters. How do you behave? How, if you're a university student, how do you present at maybe your vivas, maybe your presentations? What makes you stand out? How do you present a technical presentation and be differentiated from the rest of the audience? In your professional environment, how do you conduct yourself in a conversation? How do you negotiate? How do you market or sell something? How do you stand out? When people see that difference, they will start questioning what makes he or she different from the rest of us. And they will be very curious. They might ask you, I've seen you deliver so many presentations with ease, with confidence. The way you present the content is not technically heavy, or you know how to market a product so well. What makes you different? That's when you bring in Toastmasters. Don't start off with the idea of, oh, I am going to maybe print a Toastmasters shirt and, talk about Toastmasters, because people won't understand the word Toastmasters. But live the brand, breathe the brand, and people will start noticing the difference. And also, I'm going to bring in a few points of how we maintain it. Now, don't be the public speaker that talks very well or presents or delivers only at the meeting. Please carry out those skills and implement that, put that into practice in your organization. Maintain that confidence that you maintain in the club at your other spheres of life, because that is very important. Be consistent in how you perform in and out of the club. And through this, you build that trust, you build that experience of getting that same experience that you live delivered to the new members of the club. So we are not part of an organization that is just 10 years old, that is just 20 years old, not 50. We are part of an experience that is over a century old. So from the Gen X to the Gen Zs, the program is relevant. It is valid. Even from the baby boomers itself, if you take multiple generations, this program has stood its test of time. It has adapted. It has still delivered to each and every generation. Now, isn't that marvelous? My changes in terms of how it brings in this value for every single member across the world. So that credibility, that recognition, the resources, the guidelines, the unified identity is all what we have in terms of the brand. And how clubs build this brand is through living the brand values, as I said, being consistent, building that space, and also being that example that everyone sees across your lives. So next steps, very, very quickly, is you should build your club calendar by now. How you want to achieve the Toastmasters international goals of being maybe a Bentley distinguished club. How we are going to achieve the 10 DCPs. If you have 25 members, how are you going to maintain those 25 members or grow it? Or if you have below 25 members, how are you going to increase your membership to become either Bentley distinguished or President's distinguished club? You need to identify that now, plan it, finalize it very, very soon. Schedule all your meetings, your open houses. If you're moving towards the District 82 goals, have a set of plans, a calendar for that itself, and plan and finish off now itself. From mid-August, you should ideally start implementing by now. But if you have not, start strong implementation from mid-August, and you will definitely achieve your goals. So irrespective of where you're starting, you can achieve those goals. Toastmasters International has made that allocation. District 82 has made that allocation. So ensure start working very hard now itself. So if you look at our club timeline, now we are in the first few days of August. So you have officially attended your first club office training program. You must be working on your CSPs, your MOTs by now, and your plans for the Distinguished Club program. You have to submit your club success plan very, very soon if you want to get your District 82 points. But for Toastmasters International, it's 30th of September. You will start your rounds of club contests as well in September. You will look into your membership payments being finalized by end of September. You will look into your second round of officers in training in November, and December is a good time to evaluate where you stand as a club. So I mentioned something about a wall of best practice. Now I am going to add it onto the chat. It's going to be a Menti link. I am trying to switch screens. Let's see if that works. Just give me 1 minute. So identify the best practices that you have within your breakout rooms. Now I've spoken about so many strategies, so many implementation strategies as well. So now it's time for us to put that into practice. We still have time, I'm aware of that. And let's try to get this done. Just give me 1 minute to put maybe full screen. I hope everyone can see the screen. So yes, the wall of best practice. Let's start with leadership. So what are the best practices that you have identified? You don't have to be the president here. You can be any member of the EXCO. I want to see a few answers very, very quickly. Just 1 minute. Please start filling this in. I hope the link is working. Okay, understand the members. I can see some answers coming. Can we have more answers, please? Once again, it's not only the presidents. Proper communication. So the rest of the members, you can take this as a deliverable of the session. You can take a screenshot of this so that you have a takeaway learning from the entire session. Can we have a few more answers very, very quickly? Okay, so we have showing the way, planning and forecasting, guide, communicate the goals of the club. Yes, that's also very important. You have to communicate the goals, not only to your EXCO, but to the members of the club as well. Get them to work on it. Resilience is very important. Team building is very important in terms of getting the club also to work with you. So problem solving, yes, I think we have some good answers here. So anyone can take a screenshot of this if needed. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Oh, we have conflict resolution. Very good. Let's try to group the responses. Yeah. So in summary, teamwork, communication, decision-making, guidance. Very important. Right. Let's move to the next one. Member education and engagement. What are the best practices that you can highlight from all your learnings or all your experience? Keeping records. Yes and no, but good attempt, I would say. Can we have other answers? How do you ensure that your members don't leave the club, that they are engaged in the club? How do you bring in the value? How do you identify what the members need in your club? Yes, we have answers: encouragement, appreciation. Can we have a little bit more answers very, very quickly? Right, we have monitoring. Make sure they do speeches as much as they can. Make sure to give them a speech slot. Yes, opportunity to speak and encouraging them to be consistent in their growth. Make it exciting, feedback and improvement with empathy. Very good. Assign mentors early. Yes. Identify member needs. Right. So basically, you can take another screenshot of this slide. I'll give you 10 seconds. We have Empower. Yes, I'm going to group them very, very quickly. Right, tracking of participation, motivation, mentorship, recognition. Right, let's move to the next. Membership growth and retention. Can we quickly have some answers? 1 minute to provide the answers. How do you ensure that wherever your club membership is, whether it is 12 members, whether it's 18 members, how do you grow your members by either 3 or 5 if you're under charter strength, or if you are above charter strength, how do you, if you are planning to get Smedley, how are you going to bring in the 5 members? So all of that strategies we want to see. Personalized mentoring, institutional support for payments. Yes, all very valid answers. Follow up fast. Yes, very true. For conversions, don't let the members, the potential members be hanging. Have good marketing strategies and marketing skills, showing the importance, the transferable skills of Toastmasters. Very, very good. I'm just building upon the points that you all are adding in here. Awareness, the worthiness. So create awareness on what the credibility of the program is. I would say, I think from that answer. Good social media presence and beyond. Actually, how do you engage new markets, if I put it that way, within your own institution, within maybe other institutions? Reconnecting with past members is also a good opportunity for that. Create that self-confidence. Yes, I'm going to group this very quickly. Right, marketing, financial support. So maybe in terms of installments for payments, how the treasurer is going to collect those dues. Maybe they'll go for a credit card installment. There are many options that the district is also offering. Mentorship is also very important. Member engagement in terms of reconnecting with the past members, because some members might want to break because of their personal engagements. They might want to come in back. So try these strategies as well. Finally, last one. PR and visibility, not only within your club, not only the traditional PR that we do, how do we go beyond that? Social media presence. Maybe we can always tag the members, when they are appreciated so that they can repost the content of your club. New technologies, make it like, yes, very good. You can use AI, you can use tools like the Mentimeter. You have several other AI tools that come in for like fun games that we can do within clubs. So try to be creative, digitally creative as much as possible. Maybe you can have a QR code at the entrance of your club. So whenever guests come in, they can scan the QR code, they can include their information. And what that information is, you need to understand as a club exco. So it can be the name, the official email, maybe WhatsApp number, and how the locality of them, whether they, if they are in a community club, where are they coming from, so that you can understand whether the club would suit their requirements. So much of information you can get. What do they expect by joining a Toastmasters club? It can be an open-ended question as well. So you can leverage the digital tools that you have. So I don't see many answers here. I think VPPRs need to have a bit more conversation with the EXCO to bring everyone up to speed as well. So allow them to bring new text into the background. Yes, very good. So let's leave it at this. I'm going to stop sharing this and go back to my other screen. All right. So with that, we have so many resources that we can look into. District 82 has produced great leaders, great public speakers that have become the world champion of public speaking, that have become international presidents, that have become regional directors as well. So leverage all of the resources that you have. You might have experienced club members within your club. Speak to them, speak to the past president, get an understanding of your club. Use Club Central, use the documents, the videos, the tutorials that you have in Toastmasters International website. Get your support of the area director. Bug your area directors a lot, I would say, because they are in charge of supporting you. So have that good connection, that communication with your area directors. And of course, visit more and more clubs within your division, within the district. Attend additional trainings, the division conferences, district conferences, because that is where you bring that holistic learning. So, dear members or agents of empowerment, if I may put it, please ensure that while you empower yourself and you enrich your lives, empower the voice of your club members to enrich their lives as Toastmasters. And back to you, Toastmasters Irene.
Thank you, Toastmasters Trishan. It was indeed a very informational session. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a virtual applause for sharing his expertise with us today. So now the platform is yours for questions, and our trainer, Toastmaster Trishan, is here to answer your questions. So until the participants are ready with their questions, I'll present this question to Toastmaster Trishan. So many club officers start the year with great enthusiasm, but lose the momentum as the months go by. What practical strategies would you recommend to keep the executive committee motivated throughout the term?
That's a very good question, Toastmasters Irene, and a lot of clubs actually face this. So don't make the club or your role very serious. That is my first recommendation. Don't always make it a very serious club meeting, a very serious role just because an exco position. Don't make it serious. Learn how to bond with your team outside Toastmasters as well. Maybe have a little bit of an outbound training if you need to train your Toastmasters a bit more. Maybe have a little bit of games where you don't have, you meet up, don't talk about Toastmasters at all. Just have a fun outing. Maybe go for bowling, maybe go for futsal, maybe whatever you like to do as a club. Maybe go out for a meal, go out for a drink. Bond outside of Toastmasters. Otherwise, the EXCO members will always think, oh, it's very serious. It's always about Toastmasters. Like our founder said, we learn through enjoyment. So bring in that component of enjoyment even within leadership. So make that team, make your leadership a Captain Cool kind of fun environment. don't be too serious. So that continuous engagement, maybe once in 2 months, maybe every month if possible, have that bonding experience, because then you identify, okay, if people are slowing down a bit, if they may have a personal situation going on in your life, in their lives. For example, let's say the secretary has something, maybe they had a new child, or they are going through an office problem, or they have some other difficulties in life. That's when they don't need to communicate this explicitly to the exco, but you can tell that someone is going through something, because we work as a team. Okay, something is not right. Then you can always support that team member so that they don't feel overburdened in performing that role. So that empathy, that understanding, that encouragement is always very, very needed. So I would suggest be a fun exco, move outside of Toastmasters, enjoy time together, and support each other.
Thank you, Toastmaster Trishant. So do we have any more questions from the participants?
You can either unmute yourself or you can type your question on the chat box. We can maybe give room for 1 or 2 questions very, very fast. Okay, seems like there are no questions.
Yeah, there are no questions. So
I have a question.
once-
I have a question
sure.
from general session 2,
Yes.
veteran division director Trishant. One question now. We are always talking about value proposition. Tell us the entire membership as to how we can build the momentum now. The last question that asked was the keeping the momentum. Likewise, how do we continue to keep this value proposition at the top of the minds of each member and the exco member so that they strive to bring in excellence through the program?
Thank you, Program Quality Director, distinguished Toastmaster Piyakara Jayaratne, for that question. I think it's a very pertinent question, and also very, very relevant in forms of the 2 or 3 types of clubs that we have. So we have corporate clubs, we have community clubs, and we have institutional clubs as well. So the value proposition that you bring in differs to the club you're in. So in terms of the community club, how you bring in that aspect of community, that belonging into the exco while helping them contribute to that particular community is what we have to look in terms of the value proposition. How do we engage a diverse audience from different professions, from different age groups? That is your value proposition. If you are part of a corporate club, how does Toastmasters bring in the transferable skills that are needed for the growth of an employee? Because you have to target your appraisals, your growth in terms of the corporate ladder. How do you prevent miscommunication among your teams? How do you resolve conflicts? How do you negotiate with various stakeholders in the organization and externally to the organization? Those are the value props that you bring into an organizational club. And if you are part of an institute, maybe a university, how you leverage Toastmasters to be a better communicator in terms of maybe research presentations, maybe how you present evidence to a faculty board for getting funding for a new project. All of those things come into play. So you have to first identify your demography as a club and then use whatever you have learned from Toastmasters and apply it directly. So I've given a few examples. I hope that is understood and practical as well. Thank you very much for the question.
Thank you. Excellent response. Thank you.
Do we have any more questions from the participants? It seems no, right? So once again, thank you, Toastmaster Trishant, for answering the questions. So due to the time constraints, we have to conclude the Q&A session. And for any further clarification, you may contact Toastmaster Trishant. And With that, my dear participants, we are winding up the general session 2. Thank you once again, Toastmaster Trishant, for such an insightful and inspiring session. Your guidance with practical knowledge and renewed confidence will inspire our club officers to lead their clubs with a purpose. And thank you once again for our participants as well. And back to Assistant TLI Chair, Indira Fernando.
Thank you, Toastmaster Salve. Toastmaster Shrishant, my sincere appreciation for sharing the valuable learnings and more importantly, managing time despite the limited time constraints. You delivered the session effectively without compromising the quality. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Salve, for the coordination throughout the session and taking up the challenge with a very short notice. Dear Toastmasters, we have come to the end of the program today. You are the best person to give us the feedback about the session, and your input is truly valuable in shaping our trainings in the future. Please take a moment to fill in the feedback form and finally mark your attendance as well. Zoom Masters, can you please display the link? Well, that brings us to the end of today's Club Officer Training Program. I'd like to take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who made this session possible. First, to our trainers. Thank you for your time, your preparation, and for patient guiding every participant through their respective roles today. To our COT coordinators, thank you for going beyond coordination, inspiring members to join and supporting our trainers every step of the way, making this program accessible to more than 100 participants. To our Program Quality Director, DTM Pekara Jayaratne, thank you for your continued support and the guidance, ensuring this program met the standards our members deserve. To our Division Directors, Area Directors, for guidance behind the coordination, the words of encouragement and the quiet support that held things together. We saw it and we are grateful. To our Zoom Masters, especially Toastmaster Ghana and team, thank you for managing the technical side seamlessly, moving everyone in and out of breakout sessions smoothly. To our public relations team, thank you for your excellent promotion, communication, and coordination. Your efforts helped us reach and engage so many members, contributing greatly to wonderful participation we witnessed today. To our program quality team, your efforts to support this session and strengthen our Toastmasters did not unnoticed and are deeply appreciated. And finally, to all of you, our participants, thank you for showing up, staying engaged, and investing your Sunday morning in becoming better leaders for our clubs. Without you, there simply is no session. So as we conclude, I'd like to leave with one thought with you. As a trainer, club officer, take what you have learned today back to your clubs. Put it into action, support one another, and lead with confidence, purpose, and heart. Be that officer, be that leader. May I request and invite all of you stay another few minutes until our PR team will capture few clicks of today's participants. Thank you all and have a great week ahead. Toastmaster Ghana, over to you to take the photographs.
Thank you, Toastmaster Indra. Please, if you can turn on the camera, please turn on the camera. Let me take a group picture. I'll give you a few minutes to turn on your cameras. All right. Amazing. Go ahead and turn on the cameras. A few more minutes. All of you have turned on your cameras. At least people who can have already turned on their cameras. All right. So there are 2 pages. So I'm Just hold your smiles. I'll give you a countdown and then I'll be taking the picture. Hi, Kingston. All right. Keep smiling. 3, 2, 1. Amazing. All right. One page done. Hold on. Go to the second page. Keep smiling and page number 2. 3, 2, 1. All right, amazing. Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you all for joining. Yes, and I think we can end the call. Thank you,
Thank you,
Toastmasters.
Dana. Thank you.